boys and girls. I hope you guys are doing well. I am sure missing your smiling faces coming up the hallways in the morning. But today we are going to work on some math. Today in math, we will identify shapes as two-dimensional or three-dimensional, also known as 2D or 3D. Now you can think, what's the difference and why do I need to know? Well, you need to be able to sort things into two-dimensional, things that are flat, or three-dimensional, things that are solid. So take a second and think about some things that you know are solid, three-dimensional, or flat, two-dimensional. Miss Thompson went around her house and gathered up some products, some things that are two-dimensional and some things that are three-dimensional. I'm going to go through some of those things and we are going to sort them into two-dimensional and three-dimensional. And Miss Thompson just made two baskets behind her. So I'm going to scoot over a little bit so that you can see the 3D basket and the 2D basket. Remember, 3D is solid, 2D is flat. Some things I found around my house that we probably are using a lot of today, if you can find them at the store, are your Clorox wipes. Miss Thompson found a ruler. Need a ruler. I found some cherry drink mix at Walmart the other day. My son got a card in the mail for Easter. I have a book. So let's look at some of these things and sort them out. Let's first look at this Clorox container. Do we think it's flat? Probably not. Nope, it's not flat. I can put my hands around it. It's nice and solid. So I'm going to put it up here in the 3D section. What about this index card? Well, it's pretty flat. Lays nice and flat. Doesn't really have too many sides on it, because if it had a lot of sides on it, it couldn't be 2D, it wouldn't be flat. So I'm going to put that down here in our 2D collection. I told you I like cherry drink, so I have it in a nice box right now. I've got some sizes on it. Both of them, it's a little thick, it's nice and solid, so I'm going to put it into 3D. What about our book? Our book's nice and, yep, you guessed it, flat. So I'm going to put it down here in our 2D collection because it's two-dimensional, it's flat. Oh yeah, I've been using some of these a little bit more often. Some batteries around the house. So this one we found yesterday because we were looking for some batteries. My daughter needed them. It's two-dimensional or three-dimensional. Pretty solid. Has some flat sides, but it also has some round sides, but it's solid. So I'm going to say that it's three-dimensional because it's solid. I talked about my son getting some mail. Cards look pretty flat. So are they three-dimensional? Is it solid? Or is it two-dimensional? Is it flat? I'm going to put it in the two-dimensional side because it's flat. Sometimes we might be doing some of this that we don't usually do a lot of, playing some kind of card games. Wow, this is a card. Is this card flat, a two-dimensional, or is it solid, a three-dimensional? Is it solid or is it flat? You're right, it is flat. It's two-dimensional. I stole these out of my kids' Easter bag because they haven't eaten them yet. What are these? Some M&Ms. This M&M is in a box, and this box is solid, three-dimensional, or flat, two-dimensional. You're right, it is flat on one side. It could be a little tricky, but it also has some width to it. It's a little solid. I could find some sides on it and some vertices. So this is really a solid, even though it has a flat top and a flat bottom and flat sides, and it lays flat, but it's solid. So I'm going to add that into my 3D. Few more things I found around. A juggling ball. It's round. It can lay in my hand, but it's a solid because I can hold on to it. It's got some girth to it. I can put my hand around it. Oh, got this off of our dining room table this morning. We all use these to wipe our hands on. Is it flat, 2D, or is it solid, 3D? Pretty flat. I can put it right between my hands. So I'm going to put that napkin down there in the 2D. Let's see what else I have in here. Oh, we might be using some of this at home. Some construction paper. Thompson has a piece of construction paper. Flat, or is it a solid? Nope, I think it's flat. I can kind of put it between my hands. So I think it's a 2D, flat, or 3D. You're right. It is a 2D shape. It is flat. All right, last one that we talked about that I found around my house. Miss Thompson's been measuring, drawing some straight lines on some things. This ruler, is it flat? 2D? Or has it got some girth? 3D? Is it a solid? You're right. It is 2D. It is flat. So now it's going to be your turn. I would like for you to go around your house and collect some items. And you can take and either make you a sign that says 2D and 3D, or you cannot make you signs. I'm okay with that. And just have two different piles. You can have a pile of 2D objects. Remember, they're flat. Or 3D objects. 2D, flat like a piece of paper. 3D, solid, like a ball or a box, a solid object. So I hope you can go around your house, look around and see what 2D objects you can find and 3D objects you can find. Thank you for joining me for math today. Have a great day and stay safe. Bye, boys and girls.